The God of the Bible is the true and only living God. He is the God whom Scripture reveals Him to be, because Scripture is His self-revelation. He is the God that Scripture reveals. And Scripture tells us that He is the only God. He is a Trinity, but He is one God in three persons. He is the only God, and He is, according to Scripture, absolutely sovereign. Now, by that I mean He's absolutely in charge of everything. Everything. He controls everything. He created everything out of nothing. He controls everything, and He will consummate everything. He is governing history in every minute detail. There's not one molecule in the universe that's out of line with His purposes. Yes, this earth will be destroyed, but not because the polar ice caps melt and it gets flooded. Every time you see a rainbow, you know that's not going to happen. And Genesis 8:22 says, as long as the earth remains, there will be seed time and harvest, day and night, morning and evening. And the way it's all going to come to an end is when God determines to uncreate it in an atomic implosion. He is in control of everything. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. 1 Chronicles 29 says, thine, O Lord, is the greatness and the power and the glory and the victory and the majesty, for all that is in the heaven and in the earth is thine. Thine is the kingdom, O Lord, and thou art exalted as head above all. Thou reignest over all, and in thine hand is power and might, and in thine hand it is to make great and to give strength to all. And I love what it says in Psalm 115, verse 3, our God is in the heavens, and He does whatever He pleases. Daniel 4:35, and He does according to His will in the army of heaven and among the inhabitants of the earth, and none can stay His hand or say to Him, what are you doing? Call into question any act of His. Scripture repeatedly, as we well know and appreciate, tells us that God is absolutely sovereign. Absolutely sovereign. You say, what's a difficult concept? Oh, not nearly as difficult as believing that He's not.